Hey guys, how's it going? Long time no speak. Been on holiday recently, so that was a couple of weeks of no videos, and then just haven't really been doing that much, which has been worthwhile showing you. Not done any brew days or anything, so yeah, there's no point in doing a video. So but today I will be doing a brew day. At the moment I've just finished cleaning the mash tun, got to tidy up the rest of my surroundings, still got some spanners and bits and pieces and some PVC tape from when I was making the changes to the thermal wells, so got to have a bit more of a tidy up, get my area sorted. But yeah, we'll be doing a brew day today. It's going to be the vanilla Bourbon Stout from the Bible, book from Hughes. Yeah, it's going to be making some slight variations because I didn't have the the Norfolk hops, so was it Northern Brewer? I can't remember which ones. Anyway, didn't have the right hops, but we're going to go for it anyway, and yeah, see how that goes. So yeah, going to get tidying, then a bit later today we'll start our brew. Right guys, so it's a little bit later on in the day, bringing the water up to temp to mash in. A little bit later than planned because me and the missus popped into town this morning, decided to grab some breakfast. Yeah, it's a case of mentioned doing the vanilla Bourbon Stout from the Bible. Some slight changes, just because we couldn't get all of the right hops. I've just poured the grain in. I used the Keg Kingdom recipe builder for this. Really good, really simple. Matt from Keg Kingdom kind of just sticks it all. You know, it came in, 2 bags, all mixed, all crushed already. Didn't have to worry about any of that shit, so that was really good and really useful. Something that is crazy about this this recipe though, so this is about a 60 litre mash tun, maybe just short, and the grains are filling it at least halfway, so this is a very grain heavy recipe. Now, in the last few videos, I've done my control panel build. I've not got it wired into the mains yet still. Really should have had that done by now, but it just hasn't happened. But what I am still doing is, so I'm running this as a manual brew day, but I've got the control panel also plugged into the socket, just so that I'm going to use it to monitor the temperatures on each of the units. One of the things that I have noticed is that so the temperatures on the HLT, that's currently at 41.6, whereas on the temperature probe going in here, it's saying that it is almost at 50. So need to do a little bit of collaboration. No, that's where you work together. I've got to play about with the PID to make sure it's reading the right temperatures. But yeah, so checking that. Also noticed that my middle PID isn't connected properly to the temperature probe, that's why it's coming up as oral. So yeah, that's something I'll have to play about with and make sure that I get that sorted. But yeah, so it'll just be interesting to see what the differences are in the temperature readings for each. As I say, we'll get it up to temp and then we'll start mashing in. Right, so we're up to temp and we're going to start mashing in, going to be underletting. It's funny, I know that I was watching Harry's video today, and it's all about what you need to do when things go wrong. And I won't say massive things have gone wrong today, but it's one of them bits where a while ago one of my pumps broke. I've still not got a new one, so I'm running this off of 2 pumps. So what am I doing? I'm going to probably be doing batch sparging, you know, draining the mash tun, transferring it, add more water, mash that, transfer across. But also one of the other things that's happened today, or I think I noticed it the other day but I forgot about it, is in the HLT the sight glass is actually blocked, so I can't really tell how much water's being transferred. So apart from kind of manually kind of having a bit of a guess of how far the water's draining down, it's just one of them things that you've got to do. But when we mash in, and once that's done, it's waiting time again. Right, so mash is complete. We've recirculated for about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. The gravity is hitting the post-mash gravity of 1062, so that's good. I'm doing a nice slow transfer across to the boil kettle. It's a case of really this is the bit that I'm looking most forward to, because previously I've always had a little bit of an issue with transferring from mash tun to boil kettle because of my filters. So this is the first brew that I've used the new custom false bottom that I've stuck in. I'm really hopeful that this works really well. So far the transfer is going nice and smoothly, nice and slow. We've transferred about 11 litres of liquor across. It's a case of we're going for a pre-boil volume of 26 litres with about 2.5 litre boil off, hopefully. And okay, so just having to turn the pump up a little bit. Looks like I'm going to have to play about. Right guys, so I just left you with a bit of a, oh shit, something's not going quite right here. And yeah, I think definitely know what the next bit of kit I'm going to be upgrading, and it is my pumps. It's a case of the Chinese things that I've got going in. Already said that I've only got one left working. I think it just doesn't seem to be able to cut the mustard with regards to you know, moving the old water, but it's still water. I don't know. Yeah, it just doesn't seem to be cutting the mustard. So a couple of brew pump 3000s, I think, will be on the wish list. I think. Yeah, I think. Anyway, eventually got the volume across that I need. Ended up doing quite a few. I was already going to do some back sparging, and I think it's kind of just one of them bits where I think I'm hitting I am hitting a lower pre-boil gravity than intended. Maybe we'll be able to pick it up after the boil. We'll see. It's one of them bits where we'll just give it a go and see what happens. One of the things that I have noticed is that through this back sparging, I'm still hitting some reasonably high gravity off of the runoff. So I've still got about a runoff of about 1040. Well, that's what I was just pouring into the boil kettle just now. So it's a case of, that's not bad at all really. So what I'm tempted to do is while the let's get that off. While the boil kettle is getting up to temp, I'm going to also get the old HLT heated up again with some water, and I might do an overnight batch in the mash tun, see what I can get out of that grain, kind of make the most of it. Never done a batch off of the used grain, but I think there's still some sugars in there, so let's see what we can do. Okay guys, so we're ready for the 60-minute hop drop of the Northdown, putting in 35 grams. That's just going into the boil now. While we count another 15 minutes until the second hop addition. The HLT has just got up to 70, no, just short of 70. So I'm going to turn the heat off of the HLT, let that drop a little bit. Then what we'll do is we will actually what we're going to do is let that drop to about 65, maybe say 68, and we're going to underlet again into the spent grain and see what happens there. Good stuff. Okay, so 50 minutes of boil time. So for the last 10 minutes we're going to be sticking in 16 grams of Challenger hops. Got that all in there, and also I'm going to be doing a little sprinkling of Irish moss. So not too precise a measurement of Irish moss. I just find that just a little sprinkle in does it. I'll give you a little view of the boiling. Don't know if you could see that, or if I even aimed you in the right place. Oh, that's my hand. Yep, so that's the first boil, and I'll just show you what's happening in the mash tun right now. So we've got probably an overfilled mash tun. Just kind of, I'm not really even caring that much about what happens with it. Just seeing what happens. The plan is to just leave that in there until I've emptied the boil kettle of the first batch. Then yeah, I'll drain it, fire it over. Might have dinner in between. Don't know. See what happens. But yeah, got 10 minutes left on the boil, and then we'll get to chilling, and yeah, about it. Right, so as you may be able to tell from the continuity of the shirt, it's actually the next day. When it came to chilling out the wort down to 18 degrees, I've got an immersion chiller, and I was just going through so much water. And you know, when you go, although there hasn't been an official hosepipe ban or anything like that, I mean, I started actually filling demijohns up, just because I thought, you know, at least I should put it onto the garden. So I just started filling up bucket, but I must have filled up God knows how many litres worth of water, and it just wasn't dropping the temperature. I got down to about 30 degrees, but yeah, I just decided to stick it in the fermentation bucket, stick it in the fridge, and it's next morning about, I don't know, 8:30, and we've got the temps down to 18 degrees. So what we're going to do is add the old USO 5 in there and get that started. So now that we've got that underway, the other thing that I spoke about yesterday was a second mash using the grains. I think I did go overboard with the old water. So, but what we'll do now is we'll just take a quick gravity reading, see if it's worth doing anything with. A little bit of again, it's just been left in the mash tun overnight. We'll see what it's coming out with. I can't find my pipette this morning, so that has a gravity. Let's just stand in the sunlight. So it's got a gravity of about 1022. That'd be a really weak beer. Oh, what to do? Yeah. So I know that a few other people in the past have used second runnings as their base water for their next mash, but my next brew won't be for a couple of weeks. And I've got grains for a brew, but I was going to do the coconut shy PA, and I don't really want to be mixing the two. They're two completely different beer styles. I think that it's been a nice little experiment, but I'm not going to bother doing I guess one of the things I could have done is drain the mash tun, and then boil the volume down to bring up the ABV, but it's a lot of work for a nice to have. And you know what, I've got the beer in the fridge. Let's just call it a day on that and enjoy the rest of the Sunday. Yep. So depending on how I edit this, it might come across okay or not. Just taking a gravity reading. I've already stuck in the yeast like a amateur, but it's a case of I've done a quick gravity reading taken from below the yeast line, and ended up coming out at 1068, which is really good considering I had a little bit of messing about yesterday. So I was aiming for 1070, so 2 points off, but depending on how we ferment, we're still looking at a good 6.5%, possibly a 7% beer. Nice. Yeah, be one to knock your socks off at Christmas. Although I know some of you guys out there like doing your 10% beers, but I'm just not there yet. With the amount of grain that I ended up sticking in the mash tun for yesterday's brew, I can only imagine how much I'd need for a 10%er. In any case, yeah, we'll do another video when I do the dry hopping of the vanilla pods, and also of the kegging of the beer. So until next time, take it easy and I'll catch you later.